The digital divide can be subdivided many times, but the driving force between all of these subdivisions is the cultural divide. Now, this cultural divide can be seen here at home, or it can be seen in any other country in the world. English-speaking countries, like Canada, the United States, Great Britain, have all encouraged this technological subculture years in advance of any other countries. And now, due to that, we have been able to increase at such an exponential rate that third world countries are not going to be able to get out of this. Now, this subdivision is due to our Anglo-Saxon roots, and these roots can be traced back farther into our Roman times and even before that.
The cultural divide is often overlooked, but it is one of the core factors contributing to the creation of the digital divide. It is what has established both the internal and international divides and must be overcome if the digital divide is to be closed. This is extremely important because the economics, politics, demographics, and legal systems of a country directly reflect internal and external cultural influences. Today's digital divide is due to the culture clash between the Anglosphere, or the English-speaking world, and that of every other civilization. Anglospherism is a theoretical term that has evolved from the Anglo-Saxon civilization during the Middle Ages. During this time, the Angles and the Saxons marched from what is now Germany to conquer Great Britain. This campaign was a success. Angleland, now England, was formed, and the tribes subsequently distributed their culture throughout the land. From this, the British went and colonized much of what is now the developed world, and North America's capitalistic and enterprising nature can be traced back to the founding fathers. Curiously enough, these conquerors' roots can be traced further back to the Roman civilization, where much of their ancient laws and precepts have survived to this day, primarily in the English language, which was derived from Latin. Even before the era of Christianity, a cultural technological divide existed that has influenced the digital divide of today. Presently, the cellular infrastructure in North America has fallen behind both European and Asian nations in recent years. This has been due to pricing, technological breakthroughs, environmental variables, and cultural dispositions. This trend to rely on physical cables is seen today in the fiber optic backbones that spread across the North American continent. One driving factor in this cultural disposition is the cold weather, especially in Canada. Due to this, Canadians spend much more time indoors compared to civilizations by the equator, and we do not need to be mobile while accessing information and technology, so this encourages a static infrastructure. In contrast, Italians see no appeal in staying inside to work on a computer due to their active culture, which was influenced by the warm climate. The people of Italy find more fulfillment watching television in pubs and talking on cell phones, so their adoption of wired technology is far below that of North America. Many efforts to bridge the digital divide have failed due to the lack of cultural awareness. The One Laptop Per Child project was touted to be a success, but due to its English platform, it hasn't solved the educational problem in third world countries. The solutions must adapt to the native culture, solving relevant issues to the populace, rather than teaching them how to build websites in English. Plausible solutions within developing countries must be long-term, and will not take years, but decades before any real changes are seen.
Though efforts are made to bridge the gap, the digital divide will continue to expand as developed countries increase their infrastructure without waiting for third world countries to catch up. A solution could be reached if the world superpowers collaborated with developing nations by providing and encouraging policies and procedures that would grow their IT industry at a pace that's appropriate to their culture, their resources, and their populations.